All right, this is Sam with Affluence Trust Group. Thanks so much for joining us on the call today. So today we're going to discuss three reasons that it could be a good time to buy in a shifting market. Now, what is a shifting market? A market that's shifting really is coming from more of a seller's market. Now, actually, by definition, a seller's market is less than 5 months of inventory. So if we never listed or sold another home, we would run out of homes to sell in 5 months. Right now, we're at about 1.3 months, and I'll actually show you the data. So today we're going to discuss three reasons that it's a good time to still buy and actually an opportunity to still buy, whether you're a homeowner or you're looking to build equity in real estate. So we'll go through a specific example and I'll discuss a little bit more about the details and the market trends as well for June of 2022. Mainly May of the past month because our ITSO or our board usually has it up a little bit prior to. However, this will give you a good idea of trends. All right. So one reason is actually less competition to buy right now. What do I mean by that? Well, right now we have a lot of fear-based generalized news going on. That's causing buyers to pull back. Anytime there's uncertainty in the market, usually when Warren Buffett says, when others are greedy, can be fearful. When others are fearful, be greedy. So just meaning that if people are actually fearful, this could be an opportunity to get something where maybe a seller is motivated. Maybe there's an opportunity where five or six of those buyers on that home are not buying right now. That could change. In 2017, we saw a huge up peak back in the market once we had a resurgence. The lenders changed rules, the government had changed the lending rules. And then the market kind of went back up again really quickly. So you're not really able to time the market because what happens is once it hits that bottom, if you will, you're already start going back up. So you don't really know when you're not able to really ever time the market. Another reason that you should consider purchasing now is that this is great as a long-term hold. Real estate is not a get-rich-quick thing. If you are buying it to make a profit in 1 month, yes, it's probably not a good time to buy. If you are a flipper, so meaning that you're looking to sell the home within a month or 2 months, you have to consider your private money, how much money you're in, what you're buying it for. That's a different conversation. What we will do though is we will include, if you do click the link, we have a page where you can sign up and you'll get our flipping analyzer tool and you'll also get our property analyzing tool. So that's just going to be a tool on how do you analyze the property? Is it a good investment? Is it not a good investment? That kind of thing. Okay. So what we've actually seen for data in Toronto, this is 40 years from REIN, so Real Estate Investment Network, as a 5% year over year average through recessions, through 2008, through everything, SARS, et cetera, all that, 9/11, we've seen 40 years, a 5% year over year increase. So what that means is that if a property is priced at 600,000 valued at today, in 1 year, it should be 5%. Now, last year we saw a dip in the last 2 months, and I'll show you the data in a moment. However, we're still at an 16 to 18% growth. Let's say 15. So when we calculate the investment of the property, how much it'll be worth in 5 or 6 years, we only use 5%. So we're using a very basic growth number. And so on the short term, it is scary and real estate may not be a good investment. When you do look at the long term and you take a wide angle lens, and you also look at it hyper local, then you're kind of looking at it in a lens of this could be a good investment. You're also going to live in it and you're going to pay down the mortgage. So your return on your money is going to be based on the pay down, the way the property grows in value, and also is it bringing any money in cash wise, right? Is it used as a short-term rental? Is it bringing you money as a rental property? If it's not, that's okay too. It just goes into the calculation. Okay. So we talked about those two things, and this also can give you a good idea of what the market looks like. Now I'm going to show you here trends over the last 2 months in single family in May of 2022. And then we're going to show you here a little bit about market stats. So let me just share my screen. All right. So we are looking at market stats here. And if we are looking at Kitchener-Waterloo region, so we have here single family and we have Kitchener-Waterloo region. Okay. So as you can see here, we had a peak in February. Obviously, that was a very low inventory time. Interest rates have gone up and interest rates are going to continue to go up. So if you are a buyer, this is a good opportunity to buy because you'll get more for your money. Money is going to get more expensive. Another reason that real estate's always going to be in demand is because the banking system is not really making people money. People are finding that you have to buy another property for their kids' education, for investment purposes. So it's almost essential to buy a piece of real estate. A lot of people who are using the real estate are actually using it on home equity line of credits to buy a vacation property, to get them closer to financial freedom, whether it's replacing their passive active income with a passive income. So real estate is a huge vehicle for that. And it's probably the best hedge against inflation, especially if you are concerned about inflation. Owning real estate is going to help you in the long term, and it's going to give you that money to get access to. Now, by no means is this saying, if you are not even paying your mortgage payment, that you buy another property. This is just meaning that you should certainly put a goal and a strategy together to purchase at least another or a few investment properties to safeguard your kids. We have a presentation, we'll link it below, which discusses the 3 financial questions that it answers when you buy a piece of real estate. Okay, so when you look at this trend here, we have 115. So this is average single price in Kitchener-Waterloo. 1027, 980, and 945. So that's telling us the price is trending downward, obviously. Now, if we look at it from last May, we're still up from 810. 16% over last year, so still a healthy growth. If we look at it from the May before, we were at 630. So still very, very good. Still a lot of growth. If I pull this back to 5 years, okay, so let's say 2017, 532. So if you look at it, would you pay an extra $10,000 for a property now, not compete, not have to waive your conditions, to potentially look at yourself 5 years later and know that you made the difference between average? This is average based on growth. This is historical data from 5 something to 945. I would say yes, all day long. You look like a genius all day long doing that. If we look at max, so let's say we even look at 2012, right? 2012, 333, 320. So we have dips. You notice that we have dips. At the same time, though, the market is still trending. Just like the stock market, you have that overall reach, okay? I'm going to show you here month supply. And I'm going to go to 1 year. So 1.5 months of supply, still quite good. Obviously, any home that's overpriced is not going to sell. So if you are a buyer, you can also make sure that you can do your inspection beforehand. You can potentially not have to compete with other buyers. This is a great time. If you're upsizing, you'll get more for your money. So definitely, if you're interested in getting our buyer's guide or any of those free gifts, click the link, check out the site. We'll make sure that you get that copy, and we'll certainly provide you with home evaluation or anything that you need. Thanks so much for joining us on today's live. Have a great day.